G'day guys, welcome, good afternoon. Welcome to another session with myself, Darren Bateson from Elite EDM Stars. I go under the name DB9 Project and Dirty Midranger if you are new to the channel. While we're on the subject, if you are new to the channel, please consider subscribing to the channel. I have got a couple of things I want to just say. Apologies first of all for not doing a video last week. I wasn't very well with my back. I suffered for many years with back in problems. I won't go into that, but I just was not in a position to sort of walk or move and stuff, and so I just took some time out. Secondly, I'm going to have to start slowing down the videos, the live videos on the channel. I'll probably end up doing small 5-10 minute tech tip videos. Purely in the new year, I'm starting a new full-time job. I will be working from home. Actually, I was headhunted a couple of days ago. They wanted me for a teaching job to teach web design and digital marketing SEO. However, I didn't get that job, but they offered me a different job, and they wanted me to actually manage their website for a training company in the West Midlands, and manage their front-end design of their website and sort of things like that. And they wanted me around for my marketing experience and things like that. So they wanted me to be part of the company. So at the moment, the academy, everything I'm doing on the academy is free. I only have a couple of students. I'm giving stuff away for free, and I'm only having a couple of subscribers taking me up on the stuff. And so I've been trying to push content out for the last 12 months. I've had to get a job because purely what I'm doing is not paying any bills or anything. I'm purely doing this. It's a brand new project I've been trying to do for over 7 years, and I gave it a go. I've built the website. I'm happy with where I've got the project to. It's given me time to do it throughout the pandemic and start doing what I'm doing with these videos and stuff. But I have got to sort of slow down a little bit, so I will be just doing stuff on the weekends. I am aiming to try and get the house music sound design course completed. I was going to do it as a free course, but I've decided to actually do it as a subscription course. And the reason being is purely because, again, I'm giving things out for free, but it seems that if you do stuff for free, people don't want to know at all. They don't see any value in what I'm offering for free. And when I was doing digital marketing, I've been learning about stuff like this for many years. You've got to do some things for free to give, away for people to be interested, and your usual jargon, email marketing, etc. Do a YouTube channel, do your social media. If you guys are not interested in what I'm doing, I can't make anybody interested. It's as simple as that. And currently, this project is not working. So I'm going to have to rethink what I'm doing. Maybe this job will help me to actually get more people involved in the project, develop the project where I want to. I've got an income coming in, a regular monthly income coming in. I can actually develop the project, take people on board, and grow the project to where I want to. So things are just going to have to slow down a little bit, guys, unfortunately. As I say, I'm not completely shutting it down or giving up or anything. It's just that I've got to sort of prioritize things a little bit differently. So I'm still going to be available on evenings. I can still do tuition at evening times. I can still do tuition at weekends. So it's just a case of adjustment. So with that said, let's move on. And I want to show you what we're going to be doing today. Is I'm going to be showing you how to do a progressive, uplifting style progressive house track, or putting together some kind of uplifting kind of track idea. This has been cooking away in the background for a while, this track. So let me switch over and we can get rid of that, and we can go straight into the project. So yeah, as I say, I've got to make these changes. Unfortunately, I've not had a full-time job for quite a while now, since 2015 to 2017. So I do need to go back in doing all of this stuff. It's not paying any bills. I've got to obviously fund the website. I have to fund certain things. The booking plugin and certain plugins on the website are annual fees, and I need to, in order to be able to grow the project, I need to have some funding for marketing and stuff as well. So although I invest in other things, I'm not saying too much about what I invest in, but that's money for me to retire on, basically. So I need to obviously grow and fund the academy and the projects and stuff, and maybe get staff on board and help me run the project to and the next level. So as I say, I've managed to get where I want to be with it. I've built the website, I've done the course, a couple of courses, I've written the book, and I'm happy with what I've achieved so far. So it's time to sort of move forward and hopefully take it to the next level. So anyway, guys, what I've got here is a kick drum, a couple of audio samples, and they're just to throw an idea together. So I've got a heavy kick drum, I've got a clicky soft kick drum for breakdowns, I've got a ride sample, I've got a stab sample, effects loop, I've got a another effects loop, we've got a ride, I think that's a drop, a clap or a ride with no sidechain. No, it's an arpeggiator actually, with no sidechain. I've got a MIDI loop here with a pattern running in silent and running a pluck sound, and we've got then another sample here, a lead synth sample. So I'm just taking samples and ideas from MIDI, drum build up, effects, stem file, an a cappella, and a sub bass, and this is basically just a vocal chop that I've put together here. Now I did a Facebook video early on this afternoon doing the Vocal Chops house music video. It was a little bit more advanced than the one I showed you on this channel, so if you want to jump onto the Facebook page, you can see that video over there. I've gone into a lot more detail on this, on using the transients and the beats, and how to sort of, if you want to play the samples in beat time and have them running at, say for example, a quarter note or a half note triplet note or a quarter note triplet note, you can find you can actually make some really good vocal patterns that will actually play in time when you trigger them off the keys. So if that's the kind of thing that you're looking for to do in a live session, for example, you can play it like that. But you set it up however you want to, whether it's transients, beats. I've been showing how to use the through in a lot more detail as well. That the through function with the trigger and the gate acts differently on this. If I get to it, we can show something. I might be able to show you something in this video, but the main aim really is to just show you what I've put together and start putting a little track idea together. And this is if you've been following along on the channel for some time now, you will know that this is how I start most of my track ideas. Unless I'm doing a remix in a specific style, I'll throw it into my house music template and build like that. I work under the name DB9 Project for mainly doing progressive house and progressive trance style mixes, so that's why this track style would go under my sort of say DB9 Project moniker, hence why the title of my image on the video is that today, DB9 Project. So this is how I would start a progressive track, and then what I'd probably do is take this into a template as well. But let's get into it and see what we've got. It's just one scene. We're going to throw it into a loop and record it into here. We're going to start our markers and put our loop markers in from somewhere around here, because we're looking to sort of create around about this nice section and build up with the a cappella. Now the a cappella length is, let's have a look, so we've got a slight sort of oohs and ahs intro and then the vocal sound. It's not completely in time. You can see I've got a couple of warp markers. It's only just to give you an idea. I've got to spend some time getting the actual vocal bang on time. Again, there are ways to do that. What I tend to do now when I bring a vocal into the mix, I go into my, oh, hang on, wrong button. I usually come into my import and I turn off my loop warp, and I turn this off on warp one shots. Warped one shots I don't want warped, I want unwarped one shots, so I tend to bring it unwarped. And you can put it on beats, but not so much so with vocals. I tend to put it on tones or textures or complex, because I want the full naturalness of the vocal, and then I can control the BPM of it myself here. So I drag the vocal in and put it in, and look at my tempo, it's 128, and then I can actually bring this up myself if I wanted to. And you can see if you've got your warp markers in place, that is not going to work. So I'd have to take all of these warp markers out. And I can't remember how I brought this in at the time, but I think what I tend to do is take this off and then rewarp it, and then I can just sort of stretch it into where I want to. Probably knock it out of time, but we'll see what happens. I'm just going to put that back to 128, and then I can actually start bringing around my warp markers and drop them on to where I want to. I'll take that one away, and then I can go in more finer and put a warp marker here, for example, and I could then move that into time. It helps me just find the nice point to get the acapella in place. So I'm going to play the track with and without the vocals. Let's get it out with the vocals first, and then we'll play around with that. So I'm just going to go quiet on the mic for a while, guys. So there you go. Imagine what you can do with just a few clips. So the aim is obviously to get this idea now into the this loop, and then I can start working on this track and putting my ideas together. But you can see what I just did with the vocal there. I just set the warp marker 1 from here, so I could start it off. I kind of been a little bit more fine-tuned with that there, really. But again, what I'll probably do is just take this out and bring it back in. But that's a great way of getting things back into time nicely and quickly, and starting your vocals. And it all depends where you want this sort of vocal to start. Do you want it to start on the downbeat? We could sort of start it here and slightly delay it. So as it sort of the drop comes in, you slight little half a beat pause between that and the vocal. It's you've got to sort of work it out yourself, really, guys. I tend to sort of go with the flow with things. I can sort of usually tell when something's in and out of time. That's just purely my years of experience. Nobody can teach you that, really. That sort of comes with practice and messing around for many years. But there are some starting points, as I say. So all I did was just set 1 from here, or I could warp from here. Start at 128 BPM. Warp sample 32 bar loop. We don't want to do that. We could just warp from here, and you can see I could just warp that back into time. Look, and that's just warped me back here there. So that might be about a slight timing. Okay, so you can see. So I'm just going to redo that, what I just did. I'm just going to go take this warp marker out, actually, and we're just going to go in. I'm going to set 1 from here first of all, and then I'm going to go warp. I could do warp 128 BPM from here, and see where that puts us in timing. There you go, and that's nicely put me into 128 BPM. So that might be a slight early coming in vocal early. which is okay. It's got to sound natural, and that's the point I'm trying to make with this. So let's play it through again. Let's have a listen with everything playing.
No one said that love would hurt so much. I can show you, you run away, don't turn around, don't touch. Why would you not do? My heart is cold, it's time to say goodbye, goodbye. Is it true that no man, no pain, no cry? Is this right?
Okay, so now I've got that vocal nicely in time. I'm going to start recording a loop. So we're going to put our starting point here. I'm going to just drop a locator in as well. Hang on. There we go. Add a locator. And just pretty much just click fire, record. And there we go. We have a nice little loop we can work with. So that gets me started. You can see obviously I've got different kick sections in here. I'm just going to recolor these because it makes it easier. Obviously heavy kick coming in. Obviously I want more of that really here. That's what I was aiming for, but let me just get that right there. So we just want that soft kick coming in, and then as that builds, that sort of drops there, and we don't want that snare coming in there. Whoa. We could probably obviously then we could just repeat that obviously over towards there later on if we wanted to as such. But there you go. That gives me, you know, a nice little intro to work with, and then obviously I can just pull elements back here very quickly, start building this up with some of these other elements we've got here, and using these vocal a cappella chops. And you can see how I made these vocal a cappella chops. If I just play through these, so obviously again I could just drag that back, and we've got a nice section of that ready to start mixing with. Okay guys, so you can see that when I've got the gate on these vocals it's quite choppy, and if I leave the trigger on it opens up the vocals. So you've got to again choose what you want. Also, I could change the sensitivity. I'm going to put it on the MIDI through and see what happens, see if we get a different effect. So you can see that I'm literally just taking the reverb and delay off there, so you can hear that naturally. I actually like that now, what I've done. Rather than using the mono, I'm actually going to stick with the through, because I like the actual release that it's doing. It's just releasing some of the notes, the slightly longer notes. Now I can change the sensitivity, obviously, and I'm going to change through beats, and you'll see what happens. So you can see what's happening there, guys. He's basically just chopping it up and he's finding those sections, and I'd obviously have to just fine tune my loop section where I'd want it to play the sample. That's why, you know, you can get into a bit of a mess with this. So I'm going back to transients. I'm going to leave it on trigger, so like the flow through, and then put it on through. And I'm not sure whether I like that, so I'm just going to try the gate. And that's better, because then it allows me to put the reverb and the delay to fill in the movement and make the movement of it. Just going to bring this back. Sorry if there's a slight echo, it's just I'm trying to listen to it as while I'm talking to you guys at the same time, so there might be a slight little echo back. And there you go. I was having too much fun there, guys. Sorry, I got carried away. So, yeah, that's in a nutshell, guys, how you can really start creating a progressive, uplifting progressive track. So find some samples, find the MIDI, work on that, take some vocal chops, and really just build it up. And you can see what I've just done there, just literally chopping around with, playing around with the vocal chops and the riffs, and it just gives it some nice melody, introduction flavour as you're building up. And that's why I like progressive tracks like this, because you've really got a lot more space and time to work with, whereas with house, because the tempo is slower, you've got to make it quicker. If that makes sense, you've got to make the introductions quicker, you've got to make everything sound a little bit more sort of syncopated, paced, to give more flavour and groove to the track, whereas this is, you can build with simple rhythms and effects over a period of time and then start to really build your track up. So you can see what I'm doing. So start off with a soft kick, building up to a heavy kick, and then back to the soft kick, back to the heavy kick. Changing up the flavours, introducing effects first before I start introducing percussions, and slowly introducing the percussions, whereas in house music I'll probably be bringing the house and the snares and stuff in very early. Here you can get away with claps on the beat, a lot longer periods of time, rather than, or in your breakdowns. I tend to stay away from claps on sort of on the offbeat in progressive tracks. It's more about the flow, building up of effects, building up your drum effect here as well. So that sort of wraps it up for today, guys. I'm again keeping it short and sharp. It's rather cold here today. I need to go and get by the fire. So if you've enjoyed today's video, please consider giving me a thumbs up and sharing with your friends, and also subscribing to the channel if you are new. And also, if you are new, check out the hoodies on the website with the Elite EDM Stars logo on the back. So yeah, it's rather cold, but this is keeping me lovely and warm. So as I say, guys, I will try and do some more videos towards the end of the year, and then I'll be wrapping it up and slowing it down and going back to recording videos and uploading them when I get the time to do that. So when I finish my daily job, I will record a video and start and upload it. So if I keep them short, 5 minutes, 10-minute videos, 15, 20 minutes max, no more than half an hour videos, purely because of time constraints. So I'll do my best to keep on top of things and continue to move the academy forward. I don't want to neglect the project. As I say, I've been trying to do this for many years, and it's important to me, so it's not just going to disappear. Yeah, thank you for those who have stuck around with me for the last 12 months, and also to any new subscribers, thank you for that as well. But yeah, I'm still going to push forward with trying to get a cryptocurrency for the academy. It's taking some time. I'm not getting any response back from the Rally network, but as soon as things are moving forward, I'm going to try and get a blockchain developer in and bring something to the academy. I'm not saying what yet, but if I can get the right team behind me, yeah, I've got some things I want to develop, but I'm not saying too much about it until we're there yet. So without further ado, guys, I'm going to leave you to that. As I say, if there's any questions, please leave your comments below. I know nobody's leaving any comments, so I don't know why I'm actually saying this, but nobody's been engaging with the channels really. Nobody's leaving any comments as such. There's only a couple of you that are engaging, so probably talking to myself right now again, but who cares? And yeah, good luck, guys, and as I say, I'll see you soon, hopefully. Take care. Oops, wrong one.